finally found what I was at.
Stadium in Hempstead, New York, Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network presents the Long Island Class B Championship. The Warriors of Comsewogue taking on the Trojans of Garden City. Well, hi again, everybody. I'm Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck. On a cool evening, we should have a hot game. Long Island's Class B Championship has seen Nassau dominate over the years. This year could be the year for Suffolk.
Well, if it's going to happen, Barry, it's going to happen this year. Comsewogue's team is a better team this year than they were last year when they lost to Bethpage. They have more depth, they're stronger, and what's more important is that they've been here before and they're experienced in the Long Island Championship.
Now, Comsewogue certainly played well in beating a tough Stony Brook team to win their second straight county championship. They're strong in every area. On attack, they've got a dandy by the name of Jamie Sharp.
Well, Jamie Sharp has all the credentials, Barry. All-American, All-County, Empire State. His statistics point out to the fact with 55 goals, he's nearing 100 points. He does it all, Barry. He assists, he can shoot, he feeds, he gets the ground balls, and he gets them on the offense.
A question, of course, for this Comsewogue team, can they handle the potent attack of Garden City? On the other hand, Garden City's got a great goalie. He played a fabulous game of the win over Manhasset. McTeeney's going to have to come up big tonight.
Well, Mattini did have an excellent game in Manhasset. He had 20 saves, Barry. His concentration was outstanding. He's got quick hands. He gets them into transition. He starts their fast break. Great reflexes. He's going to be busy tonight, but more importantly, he's going to be the important key, I think, to their offense.
Well, Kerry, face-off, specialty teams could be also factors today.
Possession is the name of the game tonight, Barry. The team that has the ball is the team that's going to win this game.
Should be a dandy. Suffolk tries to beat Nassau for the first time in the beat competition. Carl Reuter returns with the coaches in just a moment. Get set for exciting high school lacrosse on Cablevision's LISN.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home. This could be your university. This should be your call.
The Elite Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center features state-of-the-art technology, ultra-modern equipment, and an in-house board-certified orthopedic surgeon. The Elite team will bring new science, technology, and perfection together. Under the watchful eye of Elite's medical staff, Elite provides physical therapy, sports training, currently running Neil Heaton's pitching program, and weight reduction programs. The Elite Sports and Fitness Center. Call 737-6767. Strive to become all you can.
We help David Nolan with a pre-approved mortgage, which gave him the bargaining power to buy his family a bigger house with a lower bid. Chase Mortgage Pre-Approvals. They make every one of our 23 different mortgages even more valuable. Another way you're worth more at our bank. Chase, because the right relationship is everything.
With the coaches, Doc Doherty of Garden City is to my left. We'll talk with Comsewogue's Bob Woods first. And Bob, boy, this is for all the marbles right here, going up against the undefeated Garden City Trojans.
It's real exciting to be here, and we're happy to be here, and we're looking forward to a good game. I think the boys are prepared, and we're ready to go.
What do you have to do? I mean, it's the obvious question here, and it's asked so many times, and again, it'll come back to face-offs and, of course, ground balls. Is that the key against this Garden City club?
I think so. I think we've got to control the ground ball game. I think we've got to win some face-off. I think Kevin's got his work cut out for him today, and I think we've got to stop number 6. And I think if we control the ball, I think we're going to be okay.
This is a game, the Long Island Class B, where Suffolk really hasn't had any success at all. Do you guys think about that at all?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that we have thought about, and this is something that we're hoping to do, that we could bring it back to Suffolk County for the first time. It certainly would be nice to do.
Well, you've certainly got a good club, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much, Carl.
All right, that's Bob Woods, the coach at Comsewogue. Turnaround here, the undefeated Garden City Trojans. Boy, you've been around a long, long time, and this is perhaps your best coaching job from what everybody in the county has been saying.
Well, I think so. We've had a lot of great athletes individually, and as a team, we've had great teams. And it showed with the number of kids playing Division I lacrosse. But this group didn't have any of those recruited pre-season. And if you look at some of the schools they're going to, like a Lehigh or a Holy Cross, it's not big time, and it's not a knock on their program. But as a unit, they've come together and they've responded well. And I do feel we've done a great job. My assistant, Doug Dwyer, is a great offensive coach, and it really is satisfying. I've had a lot of fun with this group of kids.
All right, Doc, no Suffolk team has ever won this game. Now, is that pressure on you guys?
Sure it is, but it's not foremost in our mind. The pressure is to win the game, to get on to the next level, to try and win the state. Do we want to win? Not just we're winning for Garden City. That's what we're playing for. Suffolk County, if we win, that's great for them. But we're playing for ourselves.
We just chatted a moment ago. Also, the added pressure. You come into this game undefeated, no losses, and no team likes to see a first loss of the season in the playoffs.
Well, we're hoping not to have a first loss here today.
But you said a lot of good teams go home with their first loss in the playoffs, so it wouldn't be anything they'd have to really be upset about or ashamed about.
No, I mean, if you win 19 games, how can you declare it a bad season? Unfortunately, with the playoff system, unless you win the state championship, you have to end your season on a loss. And that doesn't mean you're bad. It's one of the unfortunate things of the system.
Best of luck in this one.
Thank you, sir.
He's been here before. That's Doc Doherty of Garden City going up against Bob Woods and the Comsewogue Warriors. The Long Island Class B title is on the line, and it's up next on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network.
They're made of the same active ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's pain reliever and the national brand? The box, and over $3. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed. They're made of the same ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's mouthwash and the national brand? The bottle, and over $2. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed.
I didn't know it was illegal.
Hey, it's no big deal.
It was here when we moved in.
What are they going to do to me?
They'll never catch me.
What would you do with a bike? Whether you're off-road, on-road, or just out with the family, Brands has the largest selection of high-quality bikes and will always fit you with just the right bike. Come in and test ride a new Ross bike. Every Ross gives you the best in quality, comfort, and durability. Ross has the bike for you at a price you can ride away with. Come to Brands, where the service is always extraordinary.
We have our 25th annual Cornell Lacrosse Quick Stick Camp at Cornell in July and August. Sure love to have you come and join us. It's a fantastic opportunity for young men to develop great skills in a game of lacrosse, sportsmanship, fairness, and outstanding team play.
Learn from the best coaches around.
I'll tell you, you'll never get a better camp to learn basic skills, learn how to be a good lacrosse player and be a good citizen, and you'll never visit a more beautiful campus than Cornell in the summertime.
Call 607-272-2039. Charter bus transportation from Long Island available at Olympic Den in Franklin Square. Back at Hofstra Stadium, Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, and want to let you folks know that today's championship game is being brought to you by Canon USA. And today's game is also brought to you by Chase Bank and by Hofstra University. We teach success. By Genevieve's. By Bob Stores. By Elite Sports Medicine and Rehab in Ronkonkoma. By Lacrosse Unlimited with 4 stores to serve you on Long Island. By the New York Lacrosse Academy. By STX Lacrosse, performance driven. And by the Long Island Rough Riders soccer team playing their home games here at Hofstra Stadium. And by the Gate Brothers Lacrosse Camp at Manhattan College. And also by Crystal Video Productions. Right now, we're ready to get underway. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck. And face-offs, as we said, could be critical in this game. Kerry, Dell'Olio facing off against Cassis.
And that's going to be a great matchup with Dell'Olio with Garden City winning the first face-off tonight. And I do believe right on that first face-off, we're going to get a push. That's a good call against Cassis as the ball dropped out of the stick of Dell'Olio.
Take a look at the starting lineup. Pearson, Sharp, Pearson, terrific Comsewogue attack. And as we look at the midfield, you'll look at Russo, got a great game the other day. He and Cassis, outstanding. Flatley, a terrific defensive player. And the defense will certainly be tested. Dobias, Malerba, and Frimmer, they will have to come up big along with their goalie, of course, and that will be John Dobias.
Well, in the last game we saw, Nicky Malerba had an outstanding game holding that very talented and very potent Liam Banks scoreless with only 1 point in the whole match. Did an excellent job defensively. He'll have his hands full tonight.
We've got excellent officials. We'll give you the officials in a moment. Garden City right now looking to get on the board first, and we'll set their lineup for you in a moment. Number 24 is James Kenny. He'll work in the midfield with Peter Dell'Olio and Brandon Wenk. Dell'Olio 25, Wenk 26, and the potent attack led by Adamo 4, Prager 6, and Staub 12, Kerry. As we watch number 12, Doug Staub, who had a big game, score on the bounce shot, beating John Dobias.
Well, that's one shot John Dobias should really have made a save on. It was just on his stick side. It was a low shot. The problem I think Dobias had with that shot, Barry, is that it stayed low on him. It never came up, and it just snuck in underneath the stick. But not a very strong shot, but yet it was an important one. It got Garden City on the board and in the lead tonight.
Well, Garden City, of course, has been sort of a cardiac kid in the last couple of playoff games. Came from behind to beat Lynbrook and had their hands full, certainly with Manhasset in the last game, Kerry.
They certainly have, but, you know, they play with a lot of pride and a lot of tradition at Garden City, and I think that really does help carry them over the hump when the sticks may not be there.
Wade won the last 2 games by 1 goal. Cassis wins the face-off as he won it right off the bat. And they'll reset the Garden City defense, Amengual, McFarland, and Sweeney. And that defense will be tested, along with Nick Bettini, who had 20 saves, the goalkeeper. And Cassis' shot blocked as he took it. And Garden City feels they may have a little bit edge if you match up the defenses up against one another.
Well, you're right, Barry. And here's another look at that Garden City goal as we see the sweep coming across the face of the cage. Nice shot taken by Doug Staub, and Doug, 5'11", 180 junior, has a real powerful shot, and he's a powerful dodger, but that time he just swept right by the defender.
Doug Staub putting his club in front 1-0. Comsewogue really has not been tested except for the 2 Stony Brook games and the game against Sachem, a game in which they played very tough and lost to the Flaming Arrows, who of course lost the A championship game here to a great Ward Melville team.
That's one of the things that Doc Doherty thinks might be in the favor of Garden City tonight is the fact that Garden City, he feels, has played a little bit tougher competition, Barry, and it may pay off for them tonight.
Jamie Sharp with the shot. Good stop by Chris Mattini. And a loose ball. This is a more physical Comsewogue team. Perhaps they've got to be careful, too, about maybe taking too many penalties. You saw them take a lot of penalties against Stony Brook. You do that against Garden City with the 6 they have, they'd be shooting bullets in their head.
Well, that'll burn Comsewogue tonight if they end up in the penalty box.
Good takeaway from behind the goal, that time by Matt Amengual, the senior going to Brown. And they'll look to clear it upfield. And they find the open man. They'll bring it down here. Leading 1-0, Garden City with possession of the ball as they work in the midfield with Brett Tejan, 21. Out there with Brad Hay, and Hay got a huge goal to recall. That was the go-ahead goal against Manhasset to give him a 5-4 lead.
Well, you know, this second midfield has been very effective for Garden City. And again, this could be one of the important keys in tonight's game, Barry, is this second midfield.
And, of course, they're a little deeper than Comsewogue. Comsewogue doesn't go to that second midfield quite so often.
Exactly, and in a game like this, the second midfield could be the difference.
Prager, great look. You have a man wide open in front, and Robert Adamo puts it home. B.J. Prager with the assist, and Adamo, the senior, going to Williams. I know a lot of schools were recruiting Cornell's. Richie Moran was after him. They wanted to go to a small school, and he comes up with a big goal to make it 2-0.
Well, you know, B.J. Prager found Adamo behind the defense. And what happens, you always try to tell your defense, somebody's got to stay in the hole, somebody's got to cover that crease area. Comsewogue did not do that in this particular situation. B.J. comes up with the nice loose ball, and look where all the defenders are, Barry. All up in front of the goal area, well ahead of the crease, and that left Adamo wide open. And it was a great look by B.J. Had his eyes open and saw the field.
You saw Joe Tobias, Nick Malerba, two of the defenders way upfield there, 19 and 22. And so now Garden City with an early 2-0 lead. Psychologically, this is what Garden City wanted to do. He said, hey, we've got the tradition. You guys had lost last year to Bethpage. Suffolk's never won. We get ahead of them. Maybe we can get them a little psyched that way.
Well, not only that, but it's going to be important because I do believe right now Garden City initially and coming out early this strong is controlling the tempo and now is going to force Comsewogue to play catch-up. And if they can force them to come out of their rhythm and out of their normal offense, I think that's going to play right into the hands of the Garden City Trojans.
Right now, Comsewogue looking to clear. Garden City certainly respects the offensive ability of this Comsewogue team. They averaged 14 goals a game during the regular season. Stony Brook game, they scored 11. Now they find the open man, Russo, who had the brilliant game, the junior. Going left, now getting the shot off again. Mattini, good position there, Kerry, to make the stop.
Well, he did make a good save on that shot. However, I think Russo, coming across a little bit sidearm, was not able to really shield that shot from Mattini.
Jamie Sharp got a pick that time from Cassis, and as he tried to pick off Matt Amengual, he's called for the foul.
Well, he called for interference, just as in the moving pick, and Cassis not real happy with that call by the official.
Of course, Kevin Cassis had a brilliant game the other day, dominating face-offs. So far today, Garden City with one foul in the face-off. They've won 2 of the 3. Now here is Mattini looking to clear. Sharp on the ride. And they'll get it across. Nick Farland, number 40. The junior, good size at 6'3", 180. Road to the top. You see Comsewogue blowing out hills. And Stony Brook game, as usual, a tough battle as they meet them for the 3rd time. Garden City blowout of the south side, and another big win over Cold Spring over the last 2 cliffhangers.
And look at that overtime win against Lynbrook. That was really a critical win to come from behind against Lynbrook.
And, of course, the victory over Manhasset, as they had to fight off a Manhasset charge late in the game after leading in that game by a good margin. Malerba trying to sneak it downfield, but Mattini gets popped as he released the ball. Now Kenny will pick it up. James Kenny, no relation to the Suffolk County coach from Stony Brook, James Kenny, going behind the cage, takes the short stick there, trying to feed a man who was open on the crease, Brendan Wenk, but it was broken up.
Well, it was very intelligently played by McGuire as he looked to circle the crease, Barry. He saw the double coming, which left Wenk open on the crease. He just wasn't able to connect on his pass. But, you know, he had his head up and he had his eyes open and found the open man, and that, I think, is important. It's a good notion for Garden City.
Now taking it behind Adamo, one of the captains, All-County, first-year starter. Up top, pass could not be gathered in by Del Olio. And Comsewogue looking to get the ball. They'll look for an attack here. Charlie Pearson with 80 goals on the year. He is Suffolk County's leading scorer the last 2 years. Young man going to West Point. Dropping it off to Chris McGuire, who plays on the second midfield. Now this is the number 51, Tim Pearson, the younger brother of Charlie Pearson. Jamie Sharp, a great feeder, as well as a scorer. He'll be going to Georgetown. Tight matchup against McFarland, who has good size. Sneaking in and bouncing one that time was McGuire. And another good save by Mattini.
Very big save, I think, by Mattini. He showed excellent concentration once again, because I do believe McGuire should have been able to put that one away. He was one-on-one with Mattini, took the bounce shot, but he made it easy onto the stick side.
So Garden City now controlling the ball. Doug Staub, who's had a big playoff. He had 4 goals earlier in the playoffs in one game. Staub, a 5'11", 180-pound junior, gets the shot and he scores. So John DeVias having trouble early here. He's given up 3 early goals. 2 of them you might question. One was the giveaway on the great feed in front. And it's now 3-0 Garden City as they jump out an early lead here, Kerry.
Well, that was a great move again. Taking it with the left hand, he beats DJ Frima. And you'll see him go right to the cage. Doug Staub, strong shot. Look at him. He beats the defender. He gets a step on DJ Frima. And he takes, again, a good bounce shot. Well taken. Doug Staub is really playing very well early on right now, Barry.
Well, the all-county player had 4 goals against Lindbrook. 2 here today. Let's go to Carl Reuter on the field.
Barry, you know, Doc Doherty, no different from any other coach, has some superstitions that he goes through, rituals. In fact, this year, since the Lindbrook game, he has not changed bus drivers. They've gone with the same bus driver, and they drive the exact same way each and every time they leave Garden City on the way to here at the Hofstra Stadium in Hempstead. Doc Doherty also has not gotten a haircut since before the season started. He will not get one until the season is over. Hopefully at least 3 more games, or 2 more after tonight as well. Back upstairs.
All right. Well, far different is another guy who grew up in Yonkers, went to the same Yonkers high school, and has had an amazing record on Long Island. Doc Doherty's got 410 wins. Joe Cuso, 543. They went to Cortland State a couple of years apart. Went to Yonkers High School, but 2 very different individuals.
Well, sure. Joe Cuso likes his sunflower seeds, and Doc likes to take the same bus driver.
Doc Doherty, Joe Cuso, between them, almost 1,000 victories, Kerry, in their great careers.
Well, both their programs at Garden City and Melville certainly have put lacrosse on the map for Long Island.
Doug Staub, the fine football player, who's a split end on the Garden City football team, with 2 goals. Here's Cassis. This is a big possession here. Cassis will take the shot. They had a backer, Jamie Sharp. It'll still be Comsewogue ball. Key timeout for Bob Woods to settle his team down.
Well, I think nerves were certainly a factor early on, I should say, Barry. But, you know, they've been here, as we mentioned earlier on. They've got to get into this game sooner than they have right now.
Chris Mattini, the Garden City goalie, who has looked sharp early. Meanwhile, on the other end, 4 shots, 3 goals for Garden City. Quick feed, Pearson couldn't convert. And it's picked up by Timmy Pearson. Penalty call coming up right now on Garden City. And it looks to be Amengual, is it? Or let's check it out.
It might be
number 20, Brad Hay. Brad Hay is heading off. No, check it. Matt Amengual. They both were heading to the sideline. And let's take another look, Kerry.
And there you'll see Matt Amengual. He gets called for the penalty, and should be a trip call, and should be a 1-minute penalty. Good opportunity now for Comsewogue. Very important possession to take advantage of this extra man situation.
They cashed in against Stony Brook the other day for a couple of man-up goals. They're 60% on the year. Garden City, an excellent man-down and man-up team.
And Comsewogue shooting at 60% is outstanding, Barry. There aren't high school teams around that can shoot at that rate, or not many around that can hit 60%.
On the crease, Charlie Pearson missed it. Good ball movement from Timmy Pearson to Jamie Sharp, and cutting down was Charlie Pearson. Normally he buries that.
Well, you know, Charlie Pearson comes from the offside pipe and then circles around, and that's where they look to find him on the backside.
Up top, Nick Russo. In behind, Timmy Pearson. Now Cassis rifles one high and hard, but missed the cage. It'll still be Comsewogue ball.
You'll notice the way Kevin's taken that shot, took the shot right before it. He came from the sidearm, Barry, and with the sidearm shot, you're not going to have the accuracy that you're going to have with the overhand bounce shot. And I think the last shot, Kevin was falling away from the goal, trying to take the sidearm shot, not going to be as accurate.
Garden City will make a defensive substitution with the ball out of bounds. We'll pick it up for you in a moment. Checking into the ball game, number 40, Matt McFarland, loose ball in front. Scramble for it. Hay will pick it up. And Hay, whose brother was the captain at Navy, will bring it down, go right to the cage, and score! 4 goals on 5 shots given up by John Tobias, the all-county 2 years in a row goalie. And Comsewogue falls behind 4-0 as they give up a huge goal here.
Well, Brad Hay legged it all the way, went coast to coast, Barry, with that goal. And we know that he runs the field well. He showed his abilities as he led the team right out of the defensive zone. Here's where he'll scoop it up and just look to go right at the cage. Here he goes. He's got the midfielders beat. Just the one or two defenders chasing now, and nobody steps up with the big stick to give him any pressure. And he does a good job taking it to the off-stick side. It was a well-placed shot as we see Bob Woods looking on with his team trailing now 4-0, Barry.
Well, they had won 16 in a row before tonight, and he's got to be a little shell-shocked falling behind this Garden City team, which was, you know, look at the numbers. Garden City not blowing people away this year. It was a no-name team that came on with a lot of guys picking up the pace, and they certainly have dominated play here in the early going.
Absolutely. With 2.5 minutes to go in the match, I would say Comsewogue, except for their extra man situation, has had the ball in the set offense for perhaps 1 minute.
Charlie Pearson had some scoring chances earlier, couldn't finish. This is Robert Adamo, who works behind the cage. Very smart, excellent feeder, sees the back door well. This is, again, a group of a senior and two juniors. Adamo, a senior, Prager, a junior, and Staub, a junior, that has really come on as an attack unit. Kenny spinning. Off to Staub, who likes to go left. Staub forces the cage from the wing very effectively. We've seen that in the two games, Gary.
Absolutely, and to just to reinforce that, of course, was the fact he's got his 2 goals coming right from this wing area.
Again, a good close-in shot by Prager. Ball will stay in the hands of Garden City. They're cutting well. And again, the question was Comsewogue, could they handle the Garden City attack? Now, they've made a couple of mistakes defensively, and they're not helping out John Tobias back there as well today, Gary.
Well, that was one of the things that Doc Doherty felt. He really did believe that the Comsewogue defense could be beat with their attack from Garden City, and they're right now they're doing the job.
Tobias came way out of the cage there. He's back in as Prager with a minute 25 to go in. Garden City with a surprising 4-0 first quarter lead. We'll slow it down here. Dell'Olio is 25. And Prager shoots over the net. And boy, John Tobias doesn't look not just very confident there. Doesn't seem to be moving well.
Well, he doesn't look all that sharp, but you know what? I think Garden City is really moving well without the ball. And here you'll see it on the replay. See that cut off the ball? Again, that was a nice opportunity by Prager as he cut from the wing area and got a nice feed. Put that shot a little bit high, but their movement off the ball right now is creating a lot of problems.
Kenny, one-on-one against Russo, dumps it off. Dell'Olio, and it's knocked down. Prager will hustle to the far side, be closest to the ball as it leaves the playing field. And it'll still be Garden City ball.
Again, James Kenny got a very heads up. He saw the double slide from the top wing man, and he dumped it off for that shot to be given to the Garden City.
Garden City getting first period goals, a pair from Staub, one from Adamo, and one from Hay to lead 4-0 into the final minute of this first quarter. Now Joe Tobias trying to defend the man cutting around. He got beaten on the play, and he gives up the goal to Robert Adamo. And Adamo on fire here as he comes up with his big goal here to make it 5-0.
Now you'll see a really nice opportunity for Garden City on that inside roll move by Adamo. We'll catch it again on the replay. He's got the stick nicely protected in his left hand, and as he drives the cage, watch his little roll here as he drives to Tobias. He feels him on the opposite hip, and then he rolls to the inside, and he gets a nice shot. Beats Joe Tobias. Tobias a little bit too slow to react to the inside roll move.
And that, again, was one of the things that Doc felt, that he has a quickness of his attack against the bigger Comsewogue defense. Tobias, an all-county performer, an excellent defender at 6'2", 200 pounds, beaten on the play by the much smaller Doug Staub. And now trailing 5-0. Russo putting it on the crease, and they'll score. Set up Timmy Pearson with the goal. Nick Russo coming up with his 35th assist of the year, playing in the midfield.
What a nice goal by the Warriors. An important goal. They had to score by the end of this quarter, Barry. They couldn't go into the quarter break trailing 5-0. And right off the face-off, you'll see the good job that the Comsewogue does. Look at Cassis. He fights hard for that face-off, and it was the contact that created the loose ball for Russo to come up with the scoop. And then he looked for the dump down low. As soon as the sticks slid to Russo, he looked down low. And, of course, Mattini, an aggressive goalie, likes to step out of his crease area gets beat.
2 goals, 10 seconds apart. Pearson had a goal and an assist in the win over Comsewogue. Now has 36 on the year. Del Olio hammered by Tobias as the ball rolls to the far side. It's played in bounds, still loose, scrambled. Del Olio had it for the moment, but taken back. Time for one quick feed upfield. Pearson looking, he's got his brother cross to Sharp, who scores with 3 seconds remaining. And Comsewogue right back in this game as they scored 2 goals in the final minute of this quarter to cut the deficit to 5-2.
Comsewogue took 7 seconds, Barry, to get that ball upfield and get the shot and a goal. I'm looking at the clock at 10 seconds. Now it's down to 3. Great stick work, great look upfield to get that ball into the transition. This is the Comsewogue game. Transition, unsettled situation, try and take advantage, and they're doing a very good job in this last minute or so, 30 seconds.
And if you Doc Doherty, you're saying we got a 5-0 lead a minute to go. We've got this team sort of, thinking buried here, and we give up those 2 quick goals.
That's really going to be a morale booster for Comsewogue as the horn blows.
That's the story at the end of the first quarter. It's Garden City 5, Comsewogue 2. We'll be right back. You're watching Cablevision's LISN. Greg, thank you.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home. This could be your university. This should be your call.
Since 1990, the New York Lacrosse Academy has been teaching boys and girls ages 7 through 17 in winter, spring, and summer at convenient indoor and outdoor facilities on Long Island. Our program is designed and taught by individuals who excel at working with youngsters. Students are grouped according to age, size, and skill level. The New York Lacrosse Academy is dedicated to giving every player a fun experience with maximum professional and personal instruction. Call Bob and Barbara Schwab at 628-3305 and let your child have the experience of a lifetime.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
Welcome back to Hofstra. Let's go down to the field and check in with Carl Reuter.
Barry and Carrie, you talk about importance of late goals, and Comsewogue needed a lift. Boy, what a lift they got, scoring 2 goals in that final minute to pull within 3. But on the other side, if you're Doc Doherty and the Garden City Trojans now, does Doc go back to what he did against Lynbrook? Remember at that game they were trailing, and from what people said, you cannot repeat anything that Doc said to the team at halftime of that game. Obviously, they responded. I'm sure the words weren't as harsh coming out of that first quarter, but I'm sure there was some words of wisdom, to be polite, out of the mouth of Doc Doherty.
Well, Doc always has a lot of good words, but look at the stick work at the end of that goal, at the end by Comsewogue, as they brought the ball upfield in a matter of 7 seconds. We saw excellent stick work, good passing, heads-up play, smart anticipation on the part of the Warriors.
And, Kerry, we've been joined for the second quarter by Gordon Purdy, New York Saints player, last 8 years. And, Gordon Purdy, you played for Doc Doherty when he coached the New York Saints, and you heard probably some of his words of wisdom, a few choice words from him when you were playing under him.
I certainly did. I spent 3 years with Doc, and Doc is very insightful and has a way of expressing himself.
Gordon Purdy.
Well said, Gordon.
Who started at Delphi, joining us. New York Saints player, has been with the franchise for the last 8 years. Your observations, Gordon, on the first quarter?
There's some great transition from Comsewogue. The 2 goals that were scored saw the Martini both out of the net, and I think they've got to continue to push the ball. I think on defense they really don't want to slide at all, and the Garden City defense does not want to slide at all, and I think they're doing a good job at that.
Well, I agree. I think that the Garden City has been able to take advantage of a lot of the slides of the Comsewogue defense, as you said, Gordy. And the name of the Comsewogue offense is transition. They like to run, and one of the things that Doc did insist upon from his team is to try and take away that transition.
Well, Gordon Purdy, you played for another Doc Doherty, a little different spelling at Adelphi, didn't you?
Yes, I spent 3 years at Adelphi back in 87 through 89, and that's really where I feel from Australia, I came over, and he taught me a great deal as well.
James Kenny swings it in behind, and now Garden City on the crease trying to feed it to Robert Adamo. Good check. And now Comsewogue will take possession of the ball. Brian Flatley, a key guy in this game. He's their best defensive midi. Number 16 coming up with that ball initially, and it'll be cleared up the near side by DJ Frimmer Carey.
DJ did a good job bringing that ball up, but was not challenged by the defense or by the ride of Garden City. Very content for them to get back in the hole and get themselves in their 6-on-6.
Jamie Sharp, who's going to Georgetown, feeding on the crease. And going into the crease, Jeff Del Rosso, it'll be a crease violation as he tried to force it that time.
Well, he was looking for that cross-cage feed, hoping to find Del Rosso going backdoor on his man, and good defense by Garden City Trojans as he cuts off that feed. Here you'll see it again on the replay. There's the pass made cross-cage by Sharp, looking for Del Rosso, but look at the defender in very good position, James Kenny, to prevent that pass.
That's a heads-up play by Kenny. James, he saw his man and the ball as well, and that's what... that was one thing that I remember Doc teaching me. You got to see the ball and your man at the same time.
All right, Peter Del Olio, number 25, working in the midfield. Play broken up. Adamo checked by Tobias. And we get a whistle, and we'll get a timeout taken right here by Doc Doherty. Doc in his 24th year with 410 wins, 69 losses. And he's broken a few records. 8 Long Island championships they've won. And they've won them 4 as an A and 4 as a B carrier. So it doesn't matter what level they're playing at. Garden City's tradition keeps rolling on.
Doc says he'll play anyone, anywhere, anytime, and his teams have certainly been able to do just that.
Now, Gordon, you're also doing a little bit of coaching, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, this year I've been coaching the Waldorf School in Garden City, and Doc's made that challenge to me. He said he'd play me anytime, and we this year came second in our league, in the Metropolitan League. And we lost to Fordham Prep in the finals, so we had a great season.
Well, the sport of lacrosse, certainly in that Garden City area, it seems like the youngsters come out of their mother's womb with a lacrosse stick.
They certainly do, yeah. They come out and they're both lefty and right-handed, and I think that makes a big difference when you get into big games like this.
Gordon, there's so many Long Islanders, of course, that play on the I was going to say on the Saints across the street at the Coliseum, and of course Sal Ocasio. You had the Millen brothers, of course, play. It's just a great sport. I know you came over from Australia, and there's a great deal of interest in Australia down in the sport.
Yeah, I had the pleasure growing up in Australia and learning my basic skills there out in the outback, and brought them over here. And I think my speeds really helped me a lot. And playing with great guys like Sal and Tony and Mark Millen it's just been a dream that's come true for me.
All right, our officials doing a great job. Larry Datz, Al Blau, Bob Hutchinson, and the CBO Jim Howell. Underway, Garden City had the early 5-0 lead, and it's still 5-2. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, and joined for this second quarter by Gordy Purdy, former star at Adelphi and with the New York Saints the last 8 years. Very popular guy here in Long Island with the kids. And Garden City uncharacteristically throws the ball away.
Absolutely. That was, I think, their second unforced error. They did make one in the first quarter, Barry, and this one being the first in the second quarter. And you're right, that is very uncharacteristic. Without any kind of pressure by a defenseman to throw that ball away.
Robert Adamo, who's had 2 goals, along with Doug Staub, the man who threw that one away. And how about the ride here, Kerry?
Well, you'll see Garden City exerting a little bit more pressure. One of the things they did want to do was to change up on their rides, and we're going to get a penalty on Garden City right over on the near sideline, Barry. It's going to be the second penalty now to Amengual, as he came in a little bit late, unnecessary, in making the hit on number 5 for Comsewogue, Nicky Russo. And we'll catch it again on the replay. There's a little bit of the pressure being exerted. It was overthrown, and there's the hit, unnecessary hit, and that's going to put Comsewogue with extra man. And again, only down by 3. This could be really, again, another critical possession.
And it was Comsewogue was the more physical team the other day against Stony Brook. They were worried about taking unnecessary penalties.
And Comsewogue is noted as being a very aggressive team.
Garden City with a lot of football players and some soccer players on their team, but that time a needless penalty. Cassis swings it around. As they work it, Jeff Del Rosso plays on the extra man unit, plays on the second midfield, number 17 out there. Here's Timmy Pearson swinging it to Jamie Sharp. Up top to Nick Russo. Watch closely. Timmy Pearson looking on the crease for brother Charlie. Got a quick shot off. Tough angle, though, Kerry.
Well, that's though Charlie Pearson's favorite little move on this extra man. They bring him, they swing him around from the strong side off the crease area, and they look to feed from behind the cage. And there you see the penalty. Matt Amengual sitting on the penalty box.
And right now, still a man up. Key man up situation. Comsewogue trailed 5-0. Now trailing 5-2, 6:40 to go, second quarter. Timmy Pearson wide and rushed closest to the ball as it left the Garden field. So it's going to be Comsewogue ball. They look, of course, to try to set up Charlie Pearson in close. He's a great finisher with 80 goals. Leading all of Suffolk County. Here's Russo. Great feeder. Had an assist earlier. Timmy Pearson down low, brother Charlie, and he was challenged by Mattini and missed the cage.
Charlie would like to have that one again, Barry. He was found alone. His brother, Timmy Pearson, finding Charlie, coming look for the sneak behind the cage, forcing Mattini to, and he drew him out of the cage, just put it up high.
Just needs to take that extra step to come around the goal and get a better angle there. I'd like to see that just a little more, just come around a little more, and you'd probably see a goal. Just take that extra step. Sometimes you got to take the hit.
Jamie Sharp to put the ball in play. Appears that the penalty is over and the teams are all even. So Jamie Sharp will play it against the defender McFarland, Matt McFarland. Sharp inside roll, gets in. Good stop by Mattini, came out and challenged him in tight. Cassis chasing after the ball on the far side with McFarland. And it goes out of bounds off Matt Sweeney. No, they say it's going to still be Comsewogue ball off of Sweeney.
Now watch Mattini save. Again, his concentration is great. Look at the inside roll again. Jamie Sharp does a great job. Stick work, changes it to the right hand for the shot, and you saw Mattini step to the ball. Goalkeeper's got to be very quick on his feet, but, you know, stepping to the ball is very important.
Brian Flatley with a left-hand rifle shot. He has only 3 goals. Young man who's a soccer player will be going to Notre Dame. That is a lacrosse official. And we get a timeout taken here by, I believe, Comsewogue. So timeout on the field right now. The Warriors have come back after Garden City took an early 5-0 lead. They trail by 3. 5:46 to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
Okay, tune in to Bob's for over 30,000 pairs of sneakers for basketball, running, soccer, cross-training, baseball, or just kicking around. Bob's has the sneakers you want. Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Converse, Fila, Airwalk, and Vans. You want sneakers? Bob's is the place, the only place for sneakers. Where the weekend begins.
Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck and Gordy Purdy, later to be joined by Jimmy Butler from Lacrosse Unlimited, beautiful Hofstra University. And Gordy, as you look out at this facility, it's just magnificent, isn't it?
It is. They've certainly done a great job. It's a pleasure to play here for the Long Island Hofstra lacrosse team. And, you know, I really appreciate what they've done.
And your team is playing for the club championship.
Yes. Long Island Hofstra Lacrosse Club played just last weekend, and we beat New York AC. And this weekend on Sunday at 2 o'clock, if you come down to Hofstra, you'll also see another great game.
Well, I know that you enjoy playing the indoor game as well as the outdoor game and play across the street. We'll tell you more about the Saints a little bit later. Right now, back to the action here. Kevin Cassis being watched very closely in the midfield by number 41. That's Matt Sweeney. Sweeney with the long pole. Normally a close defender, but they have so much respect for Kevin Cassis. They're playing the long pole on him in the midfield there. And right now working it behind is Timmy Pearson. Just a junior. He's bigger than his brother. Drives to the cage. Well, got a shot off. It was deflected. And Jamie Sharp coming up. So Comsewogue really maintaining ball control here, Kerry.
Well, right now through the middle of the second period they have, Barry, and they've taken some good shots. But again, Mattini's doing a very good job. However, the last shot that Timmy Pearson took, he put it right on the stick side of Mattini.
Scramble for the ball, get a whistle. And let's see Larry Datz. Hurry.
No, over here. All right, it's first goes to the possession. All right, mistake on the whistle.
It was an inadvertent whistle on the part of the official. He had the wrong line for the out of bounds. And we always thought it caused the players problems. This time it's causing the officials problems. So the alternate possession will give the ball back to Comsewogue.
Yeah, and this is a key time for them. They really need to score the next goal. They've had possession right there. I thought that if they kept moving the ball one more time, they had an open guy in the middle, and that was
Kevin
Cassis.
Cassis, yeah.
And they just couldn't find it for him there. So this is going to be a key time, and here we see a turnover here.
Russo losing the ball as they scramble for it. He lost it in a battle with James Brantuck, number 36, who came up with it.
James Kenny coming up with the loose ball, getting right into the transition for Garden City. Getting the ball off to the attackman, Adamo.
And Adamo's shot partially deflected wide. But it was Matt Brantuck, I believe, number 36, who initially created the turnover carry.
Yes, it was the good defense by Brantuck, and then, of course, the heads-up play by Kenny to come up with that loose ball. He's one of their ground ball leaders, so in the midfield area, he's going to be very much involved into the transition and getting them into that offense.
So Garden City back with the ball. Again, Adamo and Staub have had two goals apiece to lead the way here. Adamo, number 4, young man going to Williams College. Up top to Del Olio, who's a senior going to prep school. Zone defense being employed by Comsewogue here, Kerry.
Well, they're just trying to, I think they're looking to try and disrupt a little bit of the flow of Garden City's offense, changing a little bit up on their defense.
Yeah, you know, I feel that Garden City's moving the ball real well, and there wasn't too many slides. If you have a look at the first few goals, there wasn't any sliding, so setting up a zone will certainly see some sliding coming on when the Garden City kids want to dodge.
Now, Garden City has played against zone defenses before, and very well-schooled team with a great coaching staff. Of course, you've got Doc ably assisted by Doug Dwyer, and of course, Tom Flatley helps out quite well, and you know Tom Flatley well, too.
They've got a 10-man ride going on here, and they're putting a lot of pressure on, and they've got a push ball.
And it'll be push with possession, so it'll be a 30-second penalty. And it'll be the first man-up situation coming up here for Garden City.
And you'll see it again on the replay. Now watch, they'll have him right on the sideline, and they'll come up with the pressure offered by number 40, who drew the penalty.
It'll go to Chris McGuire, the penalty, as number 40 was Matt McFarland. And so it'll be a man-up situation for 30 seconds. So key opportunity for Garden City to regain a little momentum here. They take a 5-2 lead with 4:02 to go, and Brendan Wenk will put it in play, the all-county football player who got that huge game-tying goal from midfield against Lynbrook against a 10-man ride when the net was left open in a tie game. That was a controversial play, and a lot of people still talking about that. Brendan Wenk swings it to Peter Del Olio.
They're looking for a crease play here. They're set up in a 1-3-2, and they're maybe looking for backside because we have Del wide open there.
And there's the pass up to him.
And up top now, playing the extra man. They'll swing it. James Houston, Charlie Houston, number 19, is that extra player used on the man-up situation. Team's all even as the shot is wide, and it'll still be Garden City ball. Gordy, what about the difference in lacrosse between the United States and Australia?
In Australia, we love the transition game. We love to push the ball, and the game's really set up in that we don't play a lot of long sticks, which seems to hurt us a little bit in international competition because we play with 16 guys on a Saturday morning. And so with 16 players, you can imagine how much you have to run.
Great look on the crease. Adamo setting up Brendan Wenk, who cut down beautifully. Is it Wenk? And it is right now 6-2, as Garden City's James Kenny was the man who cut down, I believe, and got the pass from Adamo. But we'll get another look. Or was it Peter Dell'Olio? Well, 3 strikes and you're out. And let's take a look if it was number 25.
I believe it was Dell'Olio who comes down from the midfield area, cutting to the cage. Yep, it was Dell'Olio. It was a nice cut from the top, and again, the nice feed from behind the cage. You notice that they have the presence of mind to be able to have their heads up when they're behind the cage. And there you see the Garden City player Adamo heads up, finds Dell'Olio on the cut, and he gets behind Cassis for the goal.
Dell'Olio also doing a good job in these face-offs, tying up Cassis. One of the keys to his facing off was he's quicker than Cassis. Cassis stronger, and he's trying to use his quickness to win some of those face-offs.
Right, you know, it's a battle here of strength and speed, and sometimes, of course, you know, the strength is going to will win out, but on other occasions, speed could be very much a factor.
Well, Comsewogue down by 4, needing a goal here. Russo had it knocked away. Again, tightly being played by Matt Sweeney. That's a matchup in the midfield. Now this is Timmy Pearson going to the cage, dumped it off as couldn't handle it, Pearson, and it is broken up and front whistle blows. And we'll get a call here, and it goes back over to Garden City.
City will get the ball now. Again, Nicky Russo had the ball up top on that, Barry, and when he was being played very tightly, he was able to roll very well on Sweeney, and he had him beat going to the cage, and we saw him take a nice opportunity. But unfortunately, with the loose ball push, Garden City's going to get the ball at midfield.
And Garden City, with that last goal, set up beautifully by Robert Adamo, back to a 4-goal lead. They work in the midfield with Michael Dunn, number 22, in there. Second midfield unit out there. Adamo, watched by Joe Tobias.
They're staying in their zone. They've got a 5 zone. They've got a backer, number 32 right there, which is Cassis is their backer.
And we get timeout taken here by Garden City with 2:10 to go.
They're going to have to, if they stay in that zone, they're going to have to watch for cutters, because they're going to look to find Adamo feeding on the right there. He was nearly on the back of the line there, and he's feeding, and he's able to put a picture-perfect pass right in the stick. So if they stay in the zone, they're going to really have to watch for cutters. That's going to be what Doc's going to be looking to do, is send the cutters around and look for the feed from Adamo.
All right, Gordy Purdy with his thoughts. And if you want to see Gordy Purdy come out and play a little lacrosse across the street at the Nassau Coliseum, you can get good season tickets by calling 516-794-9303. Hard to believe it's 10 years that the Saints have been playing indoor lacrosse.
Yeah, we've been playing for quite a while, and our Saints have really been growing, and we've been doing very well lately, and we value all the support from everybody on Long Island coming out and seeing us play.
Gordy, what's the biggest difference from the indoor game to the outdoor game?
I think the indoor game is got progressively rougher. I think with the stick and the cross check that you're allowed to do inside, you've got to be real quick, and you've got to be real careful of the checks that are thrown, because you've just got to be real fast to get around the guy with the cross check.
And you also have to have a little bit extra inside toughness to be able to play that indoor game.
Yeah, toughness or ice.
Gordy Purdy, a couple of youngsters, and I know you love coaching too.
Yes, I've been loving coaching. I've been at the Waldorf School now for 4 years, and so much so I started my own lacrosse camp there in Garden City, Checkmate Lacrosse Camp. And I see a lot of kids from Garden City come through that program.
All right, key opportunity for Garden City, 2:05 to go. They lead by 4, swing it behind. Here's Adamo up on the wing, and they score once again. Doug Staub, and I tell you, John Tobias, who's had a great couple of years, the junior having a tough time today, beaten from fairly outside on that shot from the wing.
And again, it wasn't a terribly hard shot. I've got to wonder whether or not John Tobias is getting screened by his defenseman and not seeing the shots, or he's not picking up the shots so far as they're being taken. It was a nicely placed shot to the off-stick side, but there was no reaction by Tobias. He didn't move his stick, to that position. So I tend to think that he's not getting a good vision on the ball.
I've noticed his feet have been very, very still. He's not moving his feet towards the ball at all, and that's something that he must do. His feet must be the first things to start to move.
Well, he came in with a 70% save percentage and a 4 goals against average. He's given up 7 goals And we still have about 2 minutes left in this first half, Kerry.
And what happened now, Garden City's going to get possession. There was like a delay of game. The time had expired to get the face-off underway, and Comsewogue not ready, and they give the ball to Garden City.
That time a save, that time only the second save made, but we do have a flag on the play here, Kerry.
And again, I think DJ Frimmer is going to draw the penalty as he made a hit on Adamo after the shot was taken, and we'll see Garden City go into the extra man situation. Well, again, we'll try and catch it on the replay for you. Here's going to be the pass onto the crease. Right there, as you see Adamo right in the picture, and there's going to be the man coming from behind, number 28, DJ Frimmer, and he will draw the penalty.
So Doug Staub having quite a day. He has 3 goals. Robert Adamo has a couple. And Garden City with a kind of a surprising 7-2 lead with 1:49 to go. Well, on this beautiful Hofstra Stadium field, they'll be playing soccer again this weekend. June 7th, 7:30. Raleigh comes a-calling here to take on the Rough Riders, who lost a heartbreaker last Sunday in their home opener, 1-0. And for tickets, you can call 516-756-GOAL.
And the Rough Riders are an exciting team to watch, Barry. They do a lot of exciting soccer and appealing to the fans and to the youth of Long Island.
And Cablevision very happy to join forces with the Rough Riders, televising several of their games this year. And you can catch next Saturday's game. That's a Saturday night game. Catch it on Sunday evening right here on Cablevision's LISN. And, Gordy Purdy, did you ever play a little soccer in Australia?
I actually do coach soccer right now for the Waldorf School, and we had a great season. We're 10-2. We won our Division B champs. We were Division B championships this year. But in terms of playing, I didn't play in Australia, but I did start playing the game here, and that keeps me fit for the indoor league.
How did Australians pick up the sport of lacrosse? What's the origin?
I believe we received the sport from America, who brought it over many years ago. And they brought some sticks, and that's how we got started.
All right, Garden City man up here, and this could be a knife in the throat if they score a goal here late in the quarter with a man up as they swing it behind. Good ball movement here. Adamo looking up top. Del Olio off now, and rifling at that time was Doug Staub. Already has 3 goals.
Staub was in excellent position. He rotated up from the wing position and comes up top. Unfortunately, I think he took his shot high. Right now, they've been very effective on shooting against the bias down low.
Staub swings it beautifully, and a good stop that time on Adamo. At that time, Tobias made a save, and he's got to come up with a couple of saves just to regain his confidence.
Absolutely. I don't think he has very many saves right through this first half, only 3 saves. And again, Adamo made it easier for him because he put it right at the stick side.
Doug Staub with the last shot.
Yeah, the defense is sliding real well here on this man down. It's looking a good slide, and they're stopping the best shot, which is what they need to do.
Wank swings it up top to Del Olio. Staub, team's all even now. In close, the opportunity for Prager as he missed. BJ, the junior, was an outstanding soccer player, played on their team that went to the state finals.
Good hustle by Brian Flatley with the big stick on the man down as he hustled to the sideline to get the ball for Comsewogue. Very important for them to come out of this without giving up a goal, the man down situation.
Remember, Comsewogue scored their 2 goals in a very short period of time. They had that little burst as they came up with the 2 late goals in the final minute of the first quarter. A goal here in this last minute of the second quarter could give them a big lift too, Kerry. Those 2 goals in 25 seconds.
Well, anytime you can get a goal going into the half, it's got to be a morale booster.
Gordy Purdy, I want to thank you for joining us for the second quarter. We certainly enjoyed your comments and love to see you play and continued success with your coaching and playing.
It's a pleasure to be here, Barry.
Gordy Purdy of the New York Saints. And now an opportunity. Got it downfield. Sharp, good look. Pearson scores! So all they do is score at the end of the quarter. And once again, Timmy Pearson comes up with a goal to cut the deficit to 7-3.
Well, Bob Woods is probably saying we should be playing 1-minute quarters. We'd be winning this game.
It's another transition goal, and once again we see Martini being out of the goal when the goal was scored. He's not even in the crease.
Very aggressive goaltender, this Martini, and you do take your risks, right? As you know, Gordy, as a goaltender steps out of that crease area, he's running a very high risk, and he's paying the price 2 times so far today.
Timmy Pearson coming up with the goal, his second of the game, and with 11 seconds, if Comsewogue gets an opportunity here, let's see, with 6-5, Russo's got it. 3-2, Russo going toward the cage, gets the shot up, and he scores with no time left on the goals again in the final 15 seconds. And folks, don't go away. What a finish we should have if they keep getting goals late in the quarters.
Well, Comsewogue's got to be up now, coming into the locker room, Gary, because the last 2 goals, bringing them within 3. They've trailed all the way, but these 2 goals could be really very important psychologically.
Again, another quick goal, transition goal, really. The defense was caught out of position, and that's, I'm sure, what Comsewogue's going to look to do in the second half. Push the ball, move the ball, make the defense move, and take good shots.
That's the story. Stay tuned for what should be an exciting second half. Carl Rudder returns with our halftime report in just a moment. You're watching exciting high school lacrosse on Cablevision's LISN.
Lacrosse Unlimited, home of Long Island's all lacrosse stores. Come visit one of our 4 locations in East Meadow, Hauppauge, Huntington, and Manhasset. If you're looking for a lacrosse stick, come in and customize one to your specific needs. You design it, and we'll create it in under 1 week. We carry the largest inventory of lacrosse equipment on Long Island. When it comes to lacrosse fashion, Lacrosse Unlimited stocks the most complete selection of shorts, shirts, hats, and sportswear. Nobody services the lacrosse community like Lacrosse Unlimited.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home. This could be your university. This should be your call.
Theft is a crime. If you see it, help us fix it. Call 1-800-660-0715. All calls are confidential.
St. James Transmission guaranteed their price.
Lady, maybe you should take your car to St. James.
Hey, it happens. He's running a franchise with franchise fees to pay. That's why our prices are so high. St. James Transmission has been there forever. 6 months ago, this place was the pantyhose explosion.
With 25 years experience and the latest technology, St. James Transmission always guarantees a fair shake.
St. James Transmission will always be there.
Halftime of the Long Island Class B Championship in Garden City, pretty much with the lead at 7-4, but holding on because Comsewogue with a furious finish to end that first half. Now joined by the Stony Brook coach, also the Section 11 Suffolk County Lacrosse coordinator, John Kenny. And John, we were just talking, this is something familiar that you've seen this Comsewogue team do, score goals late in the quarter.
Late in the game. Last year in the county final, there was about 4 seconds left in the half, and sure enough, a long pass from the goalie down to our end of the field. Our long stick didn't pick it up, and they capitalized. They are a very opportunistic team.
Is it just something where the defense has that nice cushion? Maybe they relax perhaps just at the last minute or so of each quarter?
Especially on a face-off, because the defense is not really playing man-to-man at that point, a loose ball like it was in that particular period. There is a collective sigh of relief. The time is running out. They've been playing hard. They've built the lead, and you need to just play through the whole game.
Is this a tough time for you, having lost to this Comsewogue team for the county championship? But also, on the other side, it's a good time because you're still involved as the coordinator, and you're watching the Comsewogues and the Melvilles.
Well, it's always good to be involved in the game of lacrosse. It's such a wonderful game, and it's such a traditional sport on Long Island. The most difficult time is after the game is over, and I still have to do all of my Section 11 duties, and then the game is over, and by the time I ride from Hofstra back to Stony Brook at 11 o'clock at night, it's then when the thoughts start to penetrate my mind as to what happened in the game, and I replay it over and over on the hour ride home.
I have to touch on the fact that in this game, the Long Island Class B game, Suffolk County has never come out on top. How difficult has that been for Suffolk County, and why such dominance by Nassau County in this particular B game?
From what I understand, that the B schools in Nassau County have always traditionally been the powerhouses to begin with. In Suffolk County, the A schools have always been the traditional powerhouses. And so there is sort of a feeling that we haven't met with the great teams of Nassau County. That certainly lies behind it. But I do believe that we have narrowed the gap significantly in the last few years.
Well, we see that right now. It's 7-4 on the scoreboard. Comsewogue making its way back. John Kenny, thanks very much for joining us here at halftime.
Pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's John Kenny. He is the Stony Brook coach, also the Section 11 Suffolk County coordinator for lacrosse. When we come back to Hofstra Stadium, joined by Carrie Gluck, we'll have some halftime numbers and stats right after this.
We helped David Nolan with a pre-approved mortgage, which gave him the bargaining power to buy his family a bigger house with a lower bid. Chase Mortgage Pre-Approvals. They make every one of our 23 different mortgages even more valuable. Another way you're worth more at our bank. Chase, because the right relationship is everything.
The Elite Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center features state-of-the-art technology, ultra-modern equipment, and an in-house board-certified orthopedic surgeon. The Elite team will bring you science, technology, and perfection together. Under the watchful eye of Elite's medical staff, Elite provides physical therapy, sports training, currently running Neil Heaton's pitching program, and weight reduction programs. The Elite Sports and Fitness Center. Call 737-6767. Strive to become all you can.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home. This could be your university. This should be your call.
Joined by Carrie Gluck on the scoreboard, 7-4 in favor of Garden City. Let's go right away to the numbers, and there's one particular item that you're looking at.
Absolutely, Carl. The one that sticks out on the screen, as you see, are the saves. That's been the difference, as I see it right now through the first half, has been the play of Mattini and Tobias. Mattini has been much more active. He's been much more aggressive in the goal. Tobias, if you watch so far, he's been standing straight up. He's not getting on his toes. Knees aren't bent. He's not stepping to the ball, and that's been the difference. Some of the key saves that Mattini has made in this first half.
Garden City jumped out on top by the score of 5-0. It was 5-2 then, as Comsewogue scored 2 late goals in that first quarter. And then Garden City ups it to 6-2. Then they make it 7-2, and Doug Staub once again. This is his third of the game.
Now you'll see a nice move here by Staub. He starts from behind the cage, and he will roll. He gets his head up, and he looks up top, and he finds Del Rosso cutting down.
So that makes the score 7-2 Garden City, but no quitting the Warriors, and with like 30 seconds left in the first half, they go to work once again.
This is the Warriors game right here. It's the transition right here, Carl. This is their strength, and you see how Mattini steps out of the cage, but that's his aggressive style of play. But the Warriors have been very much successful on the transition game. It's the 6-on-6 that they've got to be more effective.
That was Pearson, and then as the horn sounds, this is Nick Russo.
And he brings them back. He has another quick one right at the whistle, and that's got to be a real morale booster. It's got to help, I think, the Warriors coming out the second half. I think you're going to see them play with a much more spirit, much more energy than they did in the first half, 6-on-6.
It should be an interesting second half, and we're back with all the action right after this timeout. Stay with us.
Cable theft is a crime. If you see it, help us fix it. Call 1-800-660-0715. All calls are confidential.
Since 1990, the New York Lacrosse Academy has been teaching boys and girls ages 7 through 17 in winter, spring, and summer at convenient indoor and outdoor facilities on Long Island. Our program is designed and taught by individuals who excel at working with youngsters. Students are grouped according to age, size, and skill level. The New York Lacrosse Academy is dedicated to giving every player a fun experience with maximum professional and personal instruction. Call Bob and Barbara Schwab at 628-3305 and let your child have the experience of a lifetime.
Thanks to the work of the United States Organization for Disabled Athletes, a physical disability has become something to challenge and to conquer. Today, physically disabled persons are competing in athletic events once reserved only for the so-called able-bodied. USOTA molds the athletic ability of the young into world-class talent, capable of nearly unlimited achievement. The triumph of the human spirit is what it's all about. You can be a part of their triumph.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
And welcome back to Hofstra Stadium. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, and we'll be joined in the third quarter by Jimmy Butler from Lacrosse Unlimited, and also from former Comsewogue Warrior player and very much involved in the Long Island Lacrosse Foundation. And Jimmy, as we look at this third quarter, your observations on that wild first half.
Oh, it was just incredible. Again, Comsewogue with those transition goals late at the end of the second quarter, and then at the with 14 seconds apart, and just coming up with some loose ground balls and some great transitions. What they're going to have to try and continue to do here.
All right, third quarter underway. Battle for the ball. Cassis trying to get it away from Wenk, but Wenk does a nice job. Cassis pops it loose. Kevin Cassis, the brilliant sophomore, comes up with the ball and lost it back to James Kenny. Kenny gets wrapped. Good aggressive play here by Comsewogue trying to come up with the ground ball. Still no possession as they rake it around. Bodies flying, and Nick Russo will try to pick it up. Looks like a hot potato, Kerry Gluck, out there.
And a little bit of soccer mixed in with kicking that ball into the offensive zone by Nicky Russo.
So Nicky Russo cannot control it, and Garden City will play it. First half led by Doug Staub with 3 goals, Robert Adamo with 2. As we are here early in the second quarter, Barry Landers, there we are, folks. Kerry Gluck to my left, Jimmy Butler to my right, and we are into this third quarter, and should be interesting. I think the team that scores the first goal here is going to be very, very important as Bettini comes way up on the clear.
I was just going to say that, Barry. I think that the first goal is really going to dictate the whole second half here. Comsewogue needs that first goal in the half to get them back in, carry on the momentum that they finished the first half with. And on the other side of the coin, Garden City really wants to try and score first, take away that momentum, and bring back their 5-goal lead.
Well, twice they were down by 5 goals, Comsewogue, and each time in the first quarter they scored 2 goals in 25 seconds and then 2 in 14 seconds. And now trailed by 3 with a lot of time left. This is a Comsewogue team that has a lot of confidence in their offensive ability, Jimmy Butler.
Definitely a lot of confidence offensively, and they've gone back to a man-to-man here, and it makes it a little bit easier for Garden City with a good shot there.
Delolio with the shot, and that's what Tobias has to do, come up with some saves here to give the team confidence in him and confidence in himself.
Absolutely, and I think that's the important part, the confidence in himself. And he's got to get himself into the game. I don't think in the first half he was ever mentally into the game. He was a little slow in his reactions. But, you know, it's hard to contain. This Comsewogue offense is very explosive. I mean, you have to keep in mind that you've got three attackmen who have scored almost 200 points.
That is a huge total. Now Jamie Sharp, watched closely by Matt McFarland. Swings it to the far side. This is Timmy Pearson against Matt Amengual. And Nick Russo will take his man behind, takes Delolio with his short stick behind.
And Russo comfortable to invert and go behind the cage like that, work on the short stick from behind the cage, where most short sticks are not all that comfortable.
Yeah, Nicky got a long stick matchup a couple times in the second quarter, which he was very uncomfortable with, and here we see him with a nice feed to Jamie.
Jamie Sharp back up top to Timmy Pearson. Pearson, again, picked up way out deep by Matt Amengual. Timmy Pearson is a good dodger. strong power Dodgers, 6'1", 180. Bounces off that check nicely, turns to the right hand, and scores!
There's the first goal of the half, Barry. The momentum is still with Comsewogue.
Dynamite move. Timmy Pearson pulls his player way up top and then gets the nice little pick by Kevin Cassis, and he's able to get that shot off high upper right side to get the scoring going for Comsewogue.
So in a game when his older brother Charlie Pearson has been shut out more or less, Timmy Pearson comes up with his third goal of the game.
Yeah, and watch Timmy Pearson as you see him now. He sweeps to his left, takes on the two defenders. There he splits the two defenders and now comes back with the right-handed shot. And it's a well-placed shot right over the off shoulder of the goalkeeper Mattini.
That's the 38th goal of the year. He had a goal against Stony Brook, 3 today. Cassis wins the face-off, and here's Nick Russo. Remember, Garden City has never lost to a Suffolk team in these Long Island championships. Coming in, Russo scores! Nick Russo has made it a 7-6 game, and we've played just 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
Wow, what a great start for the Warriors. Coming off, you know, we said early that this was going to be the momentum carrier going into that locker room, coming out in the second half, and they've played with much more intensity. They've won the face-off. They've come down now, scored right off the face-off, and that's been the momentum right now. And it was a great move. Nicky Russo, left-hand shot, puts it to the off-stick side of the goalie.
Yeah, time and time again, we've seen Kevin Cassis win the face-offs and then get the ball up to Nicky Russo, and Nicky Russo going low side. The turf here at Hofstra doesn't bounce as much as some turfs, and the ball just stayed low for him. And here's an illegal procedure call on White, and Comsewogue will have the ball again. Very, very pumped up here.
Just think of this, folks. With a minute to play in the first half, Garden City had a 5-goal lead. That lead has been cut to 1, Kerry, in just a matter of 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, that just shows you how explosive this Comsewogue Warrior team can be, Barry, that they can score in spurts, and that's when they can hurt you.
2 goals in 16 seconds here. Jamie Sharp working against McFarland. Sharp still looking off now. They'll work it up top. Russo. Boy, Nick Russo, what a last couple of games this guy has had. Timmy Pearson working against Matt Amengual. Russo drawing the short stick of Peter Dell'Olio. Let's see if he inverts here. They'll drop it off to Timmy Pearson. Brother Charlie tightly being played by a short stick, Brett Tejan. Now they look on the crease that time for Sharp, but it's broken up and comes back near midfield. And we get a whistle here, Kerry.
Sharp was really being covered very tightly by McFarland. McFarland almost locking him off, trying to prevent him from getting the pass. So it was really going to be a difficult pass to complete for Comsewogue. And if he did get it, it was going to be an initial immediate stick check.
Timmy Pearson, 3 goals and an assist. The younger brother of Charlie Pearson. Boy, the college scouts drooling at Timmy Pearson. He's only a junior, Jimmy.
Oh, boy, he's going to be having a great season next year. Done a tremendous job as a junior. Real comfortable in the big games.
His brother, of course, going to West Point to play for Jack Emma. They swing it behind Adamo. Big possession here. Staub has hurt him in this game with 3 and misses. Quickly recovered by Adamo. 5:30 to go. 7-6 third quarter. Garden City twice led by 5. They lead by 1 here. This is Tejan. Good soccer player. Quick, good ground ball man. Staub swings it behind. Adamo looking up top, has a man. It's bounced wide that time by Michael Dunn. And a score again! Staub beating him on the short side. Beat him close to the pipe. And Staub has given his club a 2-goal lead with his 4th goal of the game. Second time in the last 3 games he's had 4 goals, had 4 against Lynbrook.
Well, Staub just put that right up on the stick side of John Tobias. John has got to come up with that one. He has clear vision. It's on the stick side. Great shot. Can't take anything away from the shot by Staub, Doug Staub. He's got a very hard shot, but he stood there and just wound up and now sits right now with 4 goals. Watch it again on the replay. The feed is a nice feed. Up top as we'll take a look after the first shot. Now here's Staub's in your picture on the right side, and he winds up, takes the shot right off the stick side.
Dell'Olio wins the face-off this time at Garden City with a 2-goal lead. A little breathing room here. James Kenny swings it to Rob Adamo. Adamo's had several assists today to go along with a couple of goals. He has 2 goals, 2 assists. This is Adamo against Tobias. Turning, got the shot off. And Brother John was there as it went wide. And the ball will still be Garden City ball. That was a huge goal, Jimmy, for Garden City.
Yeah, unbelievable. Comsewogue went back to that zone defense, and Nicky Malerba was just not able to get up there quick enough to get his hands out. And what an unbelievable rifle shot that young man Stott had.
Well, that zone really helped him in the second quarter, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Again, as Gordon said, it really cut down on some of the slides and helped him out a little bit, but going back to it there really hurt him.
Off to the far side, Del Olio scores his second goal, and John Tobias having trouble again here in the third quarter. He had trouble in the first quarter.
Again, you know, I'm trying to watch a little bit of John's play right now, and again, he's got himself into a position where he's just standing straight up, and he's not really getting himself into the ball. There's very little stepping to the ball, and you always try to get your goalkeeper to step to the ball on the shot as best as he can, and John is not doing that. Now, if you can watch John in the replay here, as he'll try to defend against the shot. There's the ball behind the cage and stop stick. He looks up to the wing area, and there's the low shot taken by Del Olio.
Yeah, it looked like it almost caught him in the heel as it came through on the low bounce shot, but again, the man up top with too much room to be able to get off a good shot there.
Russo off the fast break. Jamie Sharp checked by Mattini. Boy, he comes off that line, doesn't he?
What Mattini did there is that he forced Sharp to be able to turn away from the goal and to be able to take away any angle by coming out like that.
Sharp working on the defender. Sweeney swinging back and forth. And the ball bounced around. Kevin Cassis will recover. Overthrows his teammate. Charlie Pearson goes out of bounds. And the 9 goals, by the way, given up by John Tobias, the most goals all year. Remember, he gave up 8 against Sachem and 8 in a 10-8 overtime win over Stony Brook.
Well, you know, on that last goal, let's take a look at that last goal again, Barry. You'll see the shot. It'll go over the cage. Okay, you'll see the first shot will go over the cage, and it'll be the backup that comes up with the ball. He hits the pipe. You see it. Now look at the backup. He's in great position to maintain possession. That was Adamo. And he is the person who kept that offense alive for that real important goal.
Good point, Kerry. Sweeney on the clear. Got it up now to McFarland. Back to the goal. Mattini. And a penalty call coming up here. It's on Comsewogue. Jamie Sharp, I believe, stepped over, but there will be a penalty, an offside call against Timmy Pearson, I beg your pardon.
The penalty is going to be against Pearson, and they're going to call him for hitting into Mattini, and I'm not sure if they're going to give him a cross-check, but they're going to certainly call him for an unnecessary hit, possibly. And again, neither team has been able to score on the extra man situation. This will be the third opportunity now for Garden City. You can't keep giving them the extra man situations. They're much too dangerous. And that really goes for both teams.
Well, unusual penalties. Let's see if we can pick up the penalty and try to pick up the PA announcement.
I think it's going to be unnecessary roughness, as we'll try and catch it on the replay by Timmy Pearson, as we saw the goalie, Mattini, looking to bring the ball up. And there you see the penalty, and here we are back in live action.
All right, here's Staub, who's killed him. Number 12, Prager. Adamo over the head of Wink. And it'll roll back. Cassis battling for possession. Boy, they'd love to have come up with that ball and have a man-down transition.
Oh, boy, that would have been a great opportunity for Comsewogue there. Now they got to fall back in hard and see if they can stop this man up.
Amengual did a very good job in shielding the ball and coming up and allowing Garden City to come up with that ball. He shielded off Cassis to allow Garden City to maintain possession.
Garden City leading by 3, 2:50 to go, third quarter. Beautiful feet on the crease, best save of the day. That time in close. And back it'll go. Loose, it's raked in from the ground that time. Adamo coming up with the goal. He has been robbed on the spot.
Yeah, silly mistake there by DJ Primer. Got a little out of control with the ball behind the cage and just threw an errant pass over John Tobias' head right in front of the cage, and right on the spot there with the loose ball and a quick goal.
Now, you'll watch the replay here on the shot taken by Garden City. And what I want you to notice is look at now how he steps to the ball. Tobias' concentration up high on B.J. Prager as he comes around the cage. But you don't want to make that pass. You don't want to throw the ball in front of your own cage, especially when you're down a man.
Timeout taken by Comsewogue to talk it over with 2:39 to go. They had stormed back from a 7-2 deficit to make it 7-6, and now they trail 10-6. Well, we have some great sponsors that are supporting high school lacrosse in these playoffs, and one of those is James K. Shea Real Estate. James K. Shea Real Estate proudly celebrating over 26 years of service to the Smithtown, Three Village, and surrounding North Shore communities. And the guy leading the team is Scott Sanders, former star football player at Ward Melville. Of course, his brother Jason Sanders, a great player. So congratulations to the Sanders family. 516-360-004. Speaking of great players, Brooks Sweet, who is a great player in international competition, former Farmingdale star, went on to play at UMass and the MVP lacrosse camp. It's July 14th through 18th, ages 6 to 18 at SUNY Old Westbury, 516-292-2495.
Well, we'll try and catch that last goal by Garden City. Now you'll see Robert Adamo right on the crease area, as there's the errant pass by Frimmer, and watch Adamo right in the crease area. The Islanders might like that shot too, Barry. A nice little hockey sweeping shot by Robert Adamo.
Yeah, I tell you, that's just a tough play for DJ Frimmer there, a younger player, just getting a little double team behind the back of the cage and throwing it right out in front.
Frimmer, a junior, first-year starter. Solid, doesn't make too many mistakes, but that could be a big goal in this game, as Garden City has scored the last 3 goals to open up a 10-6 lead. And off the face-off, we have the ball going back the other way.
All right, we have an interference call. Comsewogue player ran into the Garden City player after the ball was scooped. And again, an unforced error, a mental mistake right here on the part of Comsewogue. They've really got to get themselves now back into the game. They had all the momentum to start this quarter, and it's been slowly taken away by the Garden City team.
Remember, this team can score quickly and score in bunches, but right now they've got to force a turnover, and they'll try to do it as Matt Sweeney goes back to Mattini. Good job on the clear here, and Garden City will get the ball downfield. That time they got it to Bill Flannery, who was on the clearing unit. He'll head off. Bill Flannery, good job there. And Garden City with possession. See if they take some time off the clock a little bit here. Michael Dunn swings it behind. Adamo's had a great game. Hits the pipe.
He had Tobias beat again. Tobias not reacting very quickly to that shot.
Yeah, Joe Tobias is having a real tough time out there with Adamo, and again, the speed is really hurting him a lot out there.
Adamo with 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists. Staub with 4 goals. Delolio with 2. They've led the way in the scoring today. And Timmy Pearson with 3 goals and assists. Sharp with 1 and 1. And Nick Russo with 2 goals for Comsewogue. And Charlie Pearson with 80 goals shut off the scoreboard so far, carrying almost 3/4 into this game.
Well, you know, that's just really a credit to the defense of Garden City. The matchups that we have with Amangual and McFarland on the defense have been doing an outstanding job. And, of course, Brett Tejan with the long on the defensive midfield has been doing a really nice job as well. So, you know, I think it's a credit. Doc has really contrived a sophisticated defense here. He's giving them a lot of different looks, locking off different players on each set.
Jimmy, have you noticed what they're doing to lock off? It's been Tejan most of the time, 21 out there.
Yeah, again, they've been able to lock off quite a bit, and what Doc had mentioned earlier is the Comsewogue hasn't really seen 16, 18 real talented players like this, and it's really paying off for him today.
Wank lost it. Russo trying to go up with some transition here. Outstanding football player. Got good legs. Brings it down. Pass behind his teammate looking for Chris McGuire. And as it rolls to the far side, goes out of bounds. And good alert play that time by Flannery, 33, to shield the ball as it went out of bounds.
Excellent play. Flannery very intelligent to just not look to try and play the ball. He knew that the check was off of the Comsewogue player.
Garden City with the edge in the shots. And they have the edge on the scoreboard, 10-6 to go. If you're Garden City and you look up and say, there's a minute to play, we've got to hold the ball here.
We don't want to give it to Comsewogue because this is their danger zone.
Comsewogue has scored 4 goals in the final minute of the first and second quarters today. And Mattini, watched by Sharp, will outlet here now to McFarland. And Mattini with 24 seconds to go now trying to pick him up. Charlie Pearson. Sharp runs into Mattini. He's fair game, of course, out there. Flannery with 15 seconds. Good play here to get the ball to Delolio. Avoids the Pearson wrap check. Delolio with 6 seconds. Loses the ball, but there may not be enough time left. Russo with 2 will line up for a long pass ahead, but that will do it for the third quarter. Jimmy Butler, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Barry. Very exciting third quarter, and looking forward to a tough fourth quarter here.
We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment. The Trojans lead the Warriors by 4.
This is science. This is technology. This is perfection. This is the human body utilizing science and technology to achieve perfection. This is the Elite Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center. Call 737-6767. Strive to become all you can.
Lacrosse Unlimited, home of Long Island's all lacrosse stores. Come visit one of our 4 locations in East Meadow, Hauppauge, Huntington, and Manhasset. If you're looking for a lacrosse stick, come in and customize one to your specific needs. You design it, and we'll create it in under 1 week. We carry the largest inventory of lacrosse equipment on Long Island. When it comes to lacrosse fashion, Lacrosse Unlimited stocks the most complete selection of shorts, shirts, hats, and sportswear. Nobody services the lacrosse community like Lacrosse Unlimited.
St. James Transmission guaranteed their price.
Lady, maybe you should take your car to St. James.
Hey, it happens. He's running a franchise with franchise fees to pay. That's why our prices are so high. St. James Transmission has been there forever. 6 months ago, this place was the pantyhose explosion.
With 25 years experience and the latest technology, St. James Transmission always guarantees a fair shake.
St. James Transmission will always be there. Next year, we could be a yogurt basket.
And we're back at Hofstra University on the Lacrosse Unlimited scoreboard. Garden City with a 4-goal lead, 10-6. And Kerry, you go back to the third quarter with 7-6. All the momentum swinging over to Comsewogue. They had scored 2 quick goals. Then Staub got that big goal to make it 8-6, his 4th of the game. And then 33 seconds later, Del Olio hitting it in off the heel of the keeper of the goalie, John Dobias. And then Adamo making it 10-6 as we go to the 4th.
Well, I guess I really think that the intensity level for Comsewogue came out really strong in that third quarter. They've got to pick it up now in the 4th quarter. They've got to come out strong right from the start for this 4th quarter to get back into the game and make it really a close finish.
Well, they're trying to get the face-off here. Cassis and Del Olio. Cassis using his strength to come up with the ball. They'll look for some transition here. Cassis falling on the turf, given room by Del Olio, so he's able to get up and control the ball.
Well, I think Del Olio certainly respects Kevin's speed and his strength as he wins that important face-off. Good start for Comsewogue, but they have to capitalize now with this possession.
Brian Flatley going behind, found Sharp out in front. Sharp dodging. Mattini got a piece of it, knocked it down. Great opportunity to get back within 3 there.
And Sharp showed excellent effort in coming up with that loose ball or that shot on Mattini, but you got to give credit. Mattini has really done an excellent job in the cage.
Well, they doubled the ball there. They'll look to be aggressive here to force some turnovers.
They're going to give some chase and offer some pressure, I think, but they can't afford to give up any goals on the defensive end. They can't afford to make any mistakes to allow the transition or fast break for Garden City.
Garden City with the lead. They are the only undefeated team in Nassau County. 1 in Suffolk, of course, the great Ward Melville Patriots, you'll see later on Cablevision's LISN, taking on the Hicksville Comets for the A championship.
And you'll notice Garden City being very patient on the clears. They're really forcing the slides by the Comsewogue Riders, the attack players.
Well, they've got good sticks, and they'll get it across nicely. Brendan Wink brought it down. Wink, one of the heroes in that Lynbrook game, we mentioned, scored from about 40 yards out to tie the score with under a minute to go in that terrific comeback against Lynbrook when they trailed by 5 goals. Trailed by a goal in the final minute of play. Here's Doug Staub, who's killed him with 4 goals today. Staub working against Frimmer. Good job, Frimmer checked it away. Frimmer let that ball roll out of bounds there.
Again, good play, but Jamie Sharp, on the other side, Doug Staub letting his stick hang closest to the defender, didn't pull the stick away from the defender, and that allowed the stick check. Good job by DJ Frimmer picking up on the close check over there. Now we'll take a look at the last opportunity on the save for Garden City. And again, watch Mattini. He's been having a super game. There's Sharp. Nice little dodge. And again, look how he slides across it by Mattini, keeps his concentration.
Right now, Garden City back on defense. Cassis going left, draws the double. Good job that time by Sweeney. 41. And got it to Hay. Excellent job there for Garden City.
Sweeney doing an excellent job coming from the backside when Cassis had his back to him. That's a good time to double.
McFarland bounces off a check by Flatley. Swings it in behind now, and Doug Staub Working against Flatley. Now Flatley pulls back to midfield, and the long stick of DJ Frimmer will pick him up. 7:24 to go. We have a delayed flag on the play here up near midfield. It's going to go against Comsewogue, and as the shot is taken, we have the whistle blowing. It's an offside against Comsewogue, something they did not need here, Kerry, and there'll be a man down.
Well, certainly this is not what Bob Woods wants to be, is man down at this particular time with trailing by 4 goals.
We have 2 flags on the play, as you see from Margiata Hall fans looking on from that beautiful Joe Margiata Hall. So they'll be down, I believe, 2 men here.
Yep, Larry Datch calling another penalty down in the box area.
There was one penalty on the offside and one against Tobias. So what a key situation here, as Garden City will be 2 men up here, leading 10-6. Let's check in with Carl Reuter.
Barry, the words were right out of your mouth. Key situation coming up here for Garden City. In fact, they've really turned it on since Comsewogue closed to within 1 at 7-6. And then all of a sudden they really turned it on with Staub and Del Olio. But this is a Garden City team that I guess got that wake-up call. Comsewogue was putting the pressure on, but hey, remember, the Trojans are undefeated. They got another mission. They'd like to go 20-0 and move right into the state semifinal. And the other factor is they've never lost this championship game. Any time that Garden City has been in a Long Island championship game, they've never lost.
Good point, Kerry and Carl, because in 1990 they beat Rocky Point. 91 they beat Rocky Point again. 93 beat Hills West. 94 Stony Brook. And the beat goes on as they've continued to dominate these teams from Suffolk County. Well, proud of the Comsewogue Warriors are the folks at Ram Ford and Ram Chevrolet. Chuck Rampone out there at Fort Jeff Station supporting the Warriors. They've been out in that community for a long time, providing great service for folks who need cars. A completely redesigned 97 Corvette is now on display at Ram Chevrolet. And, of course, at Ram Ford, you can get the very finest deals. 516-473-1550. Well, just 1 flag, as we are corrected. The second one was late on the offsides, as Jimmy Butler, our eagle eye in the booth, spotted. And so it'll be just a 1-man-up situation here, but still a critical man down, if you will, for Comsewogue. They cannot afford to go back a 3rd time down by 5 goals.
Especially at this late stage in the game, Barry, they certainly cannot. But coming through this man-down situation, if they can withstand this storm, emotionally that might be a pickup for them and a confidence builder going into the last 6 minutes or so.
Adamo up top to Del Olio. That's the dangerous stop. Prager. Wink. 7 minutes to go. Garden City leading by 4. And that time Tobias checking the play. Up top, Staub again rifled it wide. And backing the play is Adamo. Garden City will have the ball. Now hustling off will be number 19, Charles Houston, a 6'3" junior, good finisher, who comes in extra man. He is off the field right now, replaced by James Kenny, number 24. Now the teams are all even as Cassis has returned. So it's 6 on 6. Staub working against a tough defender there, and that was Nicky Malerbo, did the great job against Liam Banks. They've got to shut them down here, but again, Garden City taking time off the clock here.
Right, I was just going to say they're very patient right now in the offense. They're in no rush. Unless they've got the layup, I don't think you're going to see them really take any low percentage shots.
Well, here's Adamo taking a shot. Sidearm that time. I know Doc Doherty might not have wanted that shot. Tobias looking to get it back to his keeper. And it'll be cleared upfield. They'll bring it across. Brimmer. Now to Russo. Del Rosso has a little trouble there. Got doubled up, lost the ball. But the ever-alert Nick Russo's got it. Russo going to the cage. Feeds down low, and Pearson, Charlie Pearson, is finally on the board to make it a 10-7 game. So again, the unsettled situation that Comsewogue thrives on, they get it here and score to make it a 3-goal differential.
Absolutely. The double was very smartly employed by Garden City, but coming up with the loose ball, as you said, the ever-present Nicky Russo, and look at him very intelligently, gets his eyes up, looks to find the man on the crease, and there's Pearson, number 4, Charlie Pearson, ever-present on the crease area. You've always got to watch Charlie Pearson on the crease. Garden City let him slip behind them, and he was able to get them back on the board. They draw within 3. Now, the way Comsewogue's been doing very well on the face-offs, you may very well see Comsewogue come up with the possession again.
Pearson, who had 7 goals in the win over Hills West, gets his first goal of this game. Cassis knocked out of his stick, but alertly picked up by the wing, Brian Flatley.
Again, Cassis doing an excellent job on the face-offs. He won that face-off, Barry. And I said that, you know, with the face-offs, you can't count Comsewogue out because they're so effective on face-offs.
All right, let's see if their big all-time player, Charlie Pearson, starts to take charge here as he works against McFarland. Pearson sharp angle shot wide, but his brother Timmy Pearson is closest to the ball.
That was
retained
a
possession.
tough angle with the left hand because Charlie took it lefty. He would have had a little better angle if he was able to get it into his right hand, but the way he was moving, the position of the defender, he had to take it with his left hand with the little angle.
Garden City gets a long stick in there. James Brantuck replacing Kenny in the midfield. This is Timmy Pearson trying to drive the cage against Amengual. Whips it back out to Nick Russo against Sweeney. Flag coming up on Sweeney, or is it going to be a ward-off? No, it's going to be on Sweeney.
A slash. They're going to give a 1-minute penalty to Sweeney. So here is a very important penalty opportunity for the Warriors, as we'll catch it again. That's Russo working with the ball, and there you saw the flag thrown. As we see, he's not getting anything gloved. He's getting the arm, and that's where the slash is being called.
So Comsewogue goes man up here. 0 for 2, and what a huge opportunity here, Kerry, to draw within 2.
It sure is a great chance for the Warriors. After trailing, they got within 1, Barry. Here's another opportunity to get closer again, back within 2 with only 5 minutes to play.
Critical extra man opportunity here. Under 5 minutes ago, 4:44 and counting. Cassis throws it over the head of Jamie Sharp, but it was deflected, they say. It'll still be in the hands of Comsewogue.
And again, you know, you teach your defenders when they're playing to keep the sticks up to force a high pass. You don't mind giving that deflection on that situation because that's what you're trying to force, that kind of a mistake.
And Nick Russo doesn't make many errors, try to force it over the head of Charlie Pearson, who's only 5'9", and they give it away here. They'll have to be aggressive on the right here to try to force a turnover.
Well, everybody's going to have to take a man. You want everybody on somebody. You can't allow anyone free here to be able to eat off time off the clock.
On the far side, they'll try to bring it down. Getting checked as he drove along the sideline was James Kenny, but a timeout was taken by Garden City. Timeout on the field. We've got a dandy 4:20 to go. Don't go away. The Trojans lead the Warriors by 3.
They're made of the same active ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's pain reliever and the national brand? The box, and over $3. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed. They're made of the same ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's mouthwash and the national brand? The bottle, and over $2. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed.
I didn't know it was illegal.
Hey, it's no big deal.
It was here when we moved in.
What are they going to do to me?
They'll never catch me.
And welcome back to Hofstra, Long Island Class B Championship with Comsewogue trailing Garden City 10-7. And a reminder that folks at Port Jeff Sporting Goods, Long Island's largest school and youth league athletic suppliers, are bringing you today's game in part. And for all your athletic needs of any kind, check one of their 4 locations in Port Jefferson, Smithtown, Plainview, and the rinks in Hauppauge. For more information, you can call them at 473-5522. And the Rough Riders will be playing again this Sunday, or rather Saturday night, right here at Hofstra Stadium, 7:30, as they'll take on the Raleigh Club and other upcoming home games against Richmond and Hershey. For tickets, very conveniently priced, 516-756-GOAL. You can take your family Adults about $10. Kids are about half that price, and it's a great night. Come out and see the Rough Riders.
And it's well priced for the family and for the kids to see some very exciting soccer being played right here on Long Island.
Well, there's still a man down. Comsewogue now trying to put some pressure on the ball, and a bounce pass over the head of Mattini, and Comsewogue will get it back a man up.
Well, you know what? That was really a smart play by Garden City going all the way back. However, I don't think they anticipated that bounce pass, but I like the idea. That was very heads up. He was going to be doubled up on top at the midfield area, and instead take the pressure off, and again, try and just eat up the clock because nobody was on the goalie, Mattini.
Timmy Pearson will put it in play. Man-up situation for about another 15 seconds. Sharp off to Russo as we approach the 4-minute mark remaining. Looks on the crease, try to force it. Cassis trying to come up with a ground ball. Scramble for it, and there's the guy like a magnet, Russo. And Cassis with the goalie out of the goal, misses. Cassis going high. He says, I want that one back.
Well, you know, Nicky Russo also missed Timmy Pearson off on the wing of the crease, who was wide open. Instead, he chose to feed the center where Cassis was, but he did miss Timmy Pearson. Cassis really should be looking to shoot low, I think, and causing more difficulty than staying high on his shots.
Teams are all even, so they're unable to cash in on that 1-minute extra man opportunity. Now 0 for 3. Amengual against Timmy Pearson. Pearson taken down, no flag. Scramble for the ball, it's loose, and getting crushed in the crease by Kevin Cassis as the defender. I believe it was number 40, Matt McFarland.
Cassis is going to draw a penalty here, I think, Barry. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to throw it on Cassis, just by the way the situation developed, and Cassis lying on top of Mattini in the cage.
I was actually lying on top of McFarland, I believe, the defender. Mattini was behind him, and they will send somebody to the box as Cassis goes off.
Cassis. And again, not a head-up play. He can't afford to take those penalties with 3.5 minutes to go. He's got to use more poise in this situation. And he gets another one. He sends them on the sideline. He'll get another penalty, perhaps, for another unsportsmanlike. Kevin Cassis has lost control at this point of the game, and it's unfortunate for Comsewogue because he's an important player. They need him on the field. He's no use to them on the sideline.
No question about it. He's a great athlete, a great quarterback, championed their quarterback, was a quarterback on their All-Long Island Football Championship team. Carl Friedman over there with the pad, Dr. Carl Friedman, and he had won 15 face-offs today.
Now, the important question is, if this is an unsportsmanlike, it may not be a releasable penalty. And that could be really, really a bad mistake taken by Comsewogue.
Indeed, it would be, Kerry, because they were certainly very much in this game. But Garden City was a good man-down unit, killed the 1-minute penalty. Now they go up a man here, and they'll try to eat up the clock again. They don't have to shoot. They just have to maintain possession with a 3-goal lead here, really.
And it might be a 2-minute penalty. The 1 minute for the unnecessary roughness and 1 minute for unsportsmanlike. They're going to hold the ball now for 2 minutes. Comsewogue will have a minute left on the clock when the penalty is
apparently, the word is the first penalty is releasable, second one not. So it is for 2 minutes, Gary, as you alertly pointed out. Prager whips it behind. Under 3 minutes to go. Garden City with a 3-goal lead. Trying to win their 9th consecutive Long Island championship. They have never been beaten one of these championships. And Tobias trying to take it away. Staub lost it for the moment. Scramble, Primer going, or check that, Malerba going after it. And now we'll get a timeout taken by Comsewogue.
Heads-up timeout taken by Bob Woods on the sidelines when Tobias comes up with the ball. Very smartly and very intelligently called this timeout.
So, with 2:44 remaining, we'll get a timeout taken. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck. And we'll be back with the exciting finish of this game right after these messages.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home. This could be your university. This should be your call.
ultimate rush.
Hofstra's Larry Bloom with the tie and jacket. The man who runs this wonderful facility does a great job. And you see the timeouts remaining, one apiece for Comsewogue and Garden City. In case you're just tuning in, very strange game. Garden City jumped off to a 5-0 lead. Comsewogue scored 2 goals in about 25 seconds at the end of the first quarter. Comsewogue fell behind 7-2. 2 goals in 14 seconds in the closing minute of the second quarter. Trailed 7-4, made it 7-6 early in the third, and then a huge goal by Staub, his 4th of the game, made it 8-6. And then Garden City has maintained the lead, now leading by 3, 10-7, with 2:44 to go.
There's been a lot of momentum swings in the game, Barry, as you pointed out. And right now, the momentum is in the hands of the Trojans.
And right now, a key possession here as they bring it across Comsewogue. They can't take too much time, Kerry. Flatley whips it behind now to Charlie Pearson, held to 1 goal today. Pearson against Amangua. And Mattini went down, might have got a piece of that one. Now swing by Charlie Pearson to Jamie Sharp. 2:15 to go, down 3, Comsewogue.
You have to keep in mind now, Comsewogue is playing short a man, so they're playing 5 against 6, and you'll notice that the defense is really not exerting a lot of pressure. They're keeping the ball out on the perimeter. They just don't want to allow the ball to get inside on them.
Russo. Cassis still in the box. Russo. Doubled by Dell'Olio, and hey, nice split dodge there. And Russo does it again. Comes up with another big goal. His 3rd goal of this game. He had 3 against Stony Brook, and it's back to a 2-goal game.
Again, Nicky Russo doing a superb job, Barry. I really like the effort that Nicky's given. He did a split dodge there between the 2 defenders. And you'll catch it on the replay. He gets doubled here. The defenders go to double. Here's your second man in.
Hay and Dell'Olio.
Looking double. And there he splits them, and then he comes across the face to slide a little bit too late, and they were down a man.
Now, interestingly enough, of course, Cassis comes back onto the field here.
And the official is telling him you still have to stay out now because a second penalty was an unreleasable.
And that is a key call here because he is so important on the faceoff. Looks like Brian Flatley now will come on to take the faceoff here, Kerry. So not only was it a big penalty to Cassis in terms of 2 minutes, although they did score a man down, but his face-off ability so vital to this team, negated.
Absolutely. So now they're going to face off with Flatley. There you see it, the face-off. He's been dominating 15-5, and now they lose him.
Down 2, a lot of time left, 1:52 to go. Flatley and Cassis. Flatley rakes it ahead, comes up with it, gets doubled, and we're going to get a timeout taken here.
Again, good call by Bob Woods.
Timeout on the field. We'll be back. Stay tuned. 1:46 to go, and the Trojans lead the Warriors by 2.
Okay, tune in to Bob's for over 30,000 pairs of sneakers for basketball, running, soccer, cross-training, baseball, or just kicking around. Bob's has the sneakers you want. Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Converse, Fila, Airwalk, and Vans. You want sneakers? Bob's is the place, the only place for sneakers. Where the weekend begins.
They're made of the same active ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's pain reliever and the national brand? The box, and over $3. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed. They're made of the same ingredients. They've undergone extensive testing. So what's the big difference between Genevieve's mouthwash and the national brand? The bottle, and over $2. Quality Genevieve's brand products, guaranteed.
Well, there you have it on the Lacrosse Unlimited scoreboard. Garden City holding on to a 2-goal lead. 1:46 to go. Comsewogue with their last timeout, calling one right here, Kerry, to talk it over with a vital possession.
Well, it was a well-taken timeout. Bob Woods called it. He saw that they had just come up with the ball off the face-off. They were getting double and triple teamed. He called the timeout to make sure they retained the possession and to get set up. They are still man down with Kevin Cassis still in the penalty box with 1:40 to go and down by 2.
Sharp against Sweeney. 1:35 to go. Sharp gets doubled up.
Here comes
Teams are all
Cassis.
even. Kenny picks him up now, number 24. Cassis, he's got a hard outside shot. Russo, who's given him a huge lift here with 3 goals, but Flatley. Now back to Russo. They've got to get something good here. They feed in behind now. This is Timmy Pearson. 1:09 to go. Back to Russo. Russo looks on the crease. Shot, scores! Jamie Sharp off a beautiful feed from Nick Russo, who now has 3 goals, 2 assists. It's 10-9. Garden City by 1 with 1:02 left.
Don't go anywhere, folks. With this 1 minute left and Cassis back on the field for the face-off, this could be the game, I think, right here. Who wins this face-off is going to be very, very critical. Again, Nicky Russo picking up where he left off against Stony Brook, making these pinpoint passes, finding this man on the crease area. Watch, you'll see Jamie Sharp will get the pass from Russo. Here he is coming across the screen. Beautiful angle from behind the cage. And there you see Sharp right on the crease. Takes an excellent shot. Great assist to Nicky Russo.
Jamie Sharp's second goal of the game. The biggest face-off of the game. Cassis and Del Olio, 1:02 to go. Cassis and Del Olio battle. Cassis on his knees. They continue to scramble. We're going to get a push here.
We'll get the delayed whistle. And they're giving it to
Comsewogue gets
Comsewogue.
the ball. The Warrior fans roaring below us right here. Garden City fans concerned on the far side. They were down by 5. They can tie it here. Under a minute to play. Driving now is Russo. Russo, who has keyed the comeback here against Del Olio. 38 seconds ago. You see the time remaining. Bad pass, threw it away. Flatley couldn't get it. Goes out of bounds with 31 seconds. And it'll be Garden City ball. Doc Doherty wants a timeout here, and he'll take it. Their final timeout, Kerry.
And he takes his final timeout with 30 seconds, Barry. It was a critical mistake. Nicky Russo has played such a great game and has done just so many wonderful things. Unfortunate that pass was an errant pass.
Let's go down on the field, and here's Carl Reuter.
Watching the two coaches during that last possession for Comsewogue before Jamie Sharp was able to score, Bob Woods very, very calm on the sideline, almost as if he was up. Doc Doherty, the man who was up, was going crazy on the sideline. Just a contrast in the different coaching styles. Woods very laid back, Doc very excitable. And talking about exciting, well, 31 seconds left. We've got quite a finish here. Garden City holding on to a 1-goal lead. Back upstairs.
Well, you certainly said that right, Carl. There are two different approaches to the game. Bob, much more mellow, and of course, Doc is very much an excitable kind of a coach. And I think that this last 30 seconds is going to be an exciting finish to this very unusual game that's being played. I think you're going to see Comsewogue is going to really have to come out. They're going to look to double the ball. I would feel almost certain that they're going to try and offer a lot of pressure.
The last 3 games that Garden City has played in these playoffs, 1-goal games. Remember, they rallied to beat Lynbrook 11-10, held on to beat Manhasset 5-4, and now it's 10-9. They lead by 1 as they'll put the ball in play here, Kerry.
And, of course, you have to keep in mind now, Garden City, once they have to get into the box, they'll have to keep it in the box now that we're in the last 30 seconds.
Adamo against Malerba, their best defender. Adamo takes it behind, draws a penalty. There are a couple of flags here. Adamo still with it. They have a free opportunity here 18 seconds ago. They've got to force the ball to go on the ground, and they do to stop the clock finally as Prager gets checked by Flatley. It'll be a slashing penalty. Both officials spotting it, and that is a costly penalty on Nick Malerba.
Certainly is, Barry. You hate to see that happen at this point of the game. 13 seconds to go. That certainly should lock up the game for Garden City. Here's where you see the slash. See, he gets him in the mask. You have to make that call. It's not even a debatable kind of a call. The stick got up a little high off by Nick Malerba.
Adamo's played a brilliant game, doubled up now by the Tobias brothers. Adamo's got it with 5-4, feeds it up top, Staub with an empty net, scores to give Garden City the victory with 2 seconds left. It's 11-9, and the Nassau County mastery over Suffolk will continue. What a game we've had tonight, though.
Well, certainly John Tobias had to do what he did. He had to vacate the cage, look to try and double the ball and try and force the mistake or the errant pass. Garden City just not able to throw the ball away, as we'll go right into the face-off. to finish up the game with 2 seconds, and no doubt it was a well-earned victory for Garden City.
Well, last year the Warriors were beaten soundly by Bethpage. This year they made a game comeback on a couple of occasions, twice down by 4 or 5 goals. They cut it twice to 1 goal. The last time at 10-9 had possession of the ball and then threw it away. Unfortunately, Nick Russo, who has been brilliant these last 2 games, the guy who couldn't complete the pass.
Now, you said it so well, Barry. That's exactly the scenario.
So Cassis will face off here with 2 seconds, and it is over. The Garden City Trojans remain undefeated as they now go to the Downstate Championship as they win it 11-9, the Long Island Class B Championships, and Doc Doherty wins his 411th game, and the Garden City Mastery now continues 9 straight. They've beaten the Nassau County teams dating back to several years ago. Let's go to Carl Reuter, standing by down on the field.
Well, Barry, what an effort by this Garden City team. You got to pay tribute to Comsewogue for their comeback, but one of the reasons they weren't able to do so to make that comeback, man had 5 goals in this game. Doug Staub, and Doug, you got off to the quick start, but you let him creep back into it.
Yeah, we got off to a real quick start, but we knew they're a strong team. We know they're going to come back, so we just had to keep our composure, play our game.
How much pressure on Garden City to remain undefeated and to continue the dominance, because Nassau County has never lost his B game?
Definitely a lot of, we knew we were going to win the game, but we just had to show a lot of composure. And we know Suffolk County's never won, but no, we just thought we could really win.
The one downer, I would imagine, for this Garden City team, not able to really gather in face-offs. Comsewogue pretty much dominated there.
Yeah, they have a really good face-off guy, number 32, but we knew Pete DeLilio and Jim Kenny would come through for us.
All right, they closed to within 10-9, and you guys had possession there, and you're able to wrap it up, pretty much put it into the empty net, and that was the cushion there, and your 5th goal. What's the feeling like going with 5 goals in one game here?
It was a really great feeling. Robert Dom on that last play saw me in front of the crease. I threw it in, and we won the game. It was a great game.
All right, talk us through it right here. You can look to your left, and you tell us about this goal.
Robert Dom was getting double teamed right now, and I was sitting naked in front of the crease. He had a great pass. It was a good shot. I went in.
Bingo. And you know what? Guys are gathering over there. It's time to celebrate and get the hardware. Congratulations, Doug Staub, on a great effort there. He's got 5 goals in this game, and Garden City remains undefeated. The Trojans are 20-0. This one by way of Comsewogue. 11-9 is the final in the Long Island Class B Championship game. We're back with more from Hofstra. We'll wrap it all up right after this timeout. Stay with us.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
This could be your pool. This could be your campus. This could be your library. This could be your studio. This could be your class. This could be your team. This could be your home.